Hey, what's up everybody? This is VisitJoan and welcome to another Childhood Memories build. And you were probably wondering why you were staring at me instead of at the build itself. And that's because I actually have the toy right here that it was based off of, so I thought I'd show it to you guys first before we get started. So this is Polly Pocket's hotel. I want to say this came out in 1994, but I really just don't have any exact idea. And I am doing this outside because natural lighting is the best kind of lighting. So yeah, you could just ignore all the cicadas and the birds and the squirrels and all the other stuff that's going around here. So anyway, as you can see, it's a pretty interesting place that we have this right here. I don't know if you can see it, but my hand might be causing a shadow, but when you twist this, the swan actually moves. And then there's right here, there's a little alcove right here, and you can actually have Polly Pocket sit there and just enjoy the outdoors. Now, I'm pretty sure this is not the one that came with this particular set, but this is the best one I could find to showcase it. So, now what happens with these sets is you open them up, and you see, like, the inside. So, inside, you have this little, you can put her here, Polly Pocket. Oh, no, the paint's coming off of her. And there's a little, reception area. I think I'm going to zoom in here. See, she's casting a shadow, so you can't see it all that well, but here's a little reception area, and then all the way here you see a kitchen, kind of like more of the reception area. There's like the breakfast area that you would find in a hotel, a couple of couches, and then upstairs is a bedroom. And what's supposed to happen is when you press this, like, different things will light up. Like this lamp right here is supposed to light up, and so what you can do is you can have Polly Pocket take a nap or go to sleep, and you can see she has a little vanity table and a little wardrobe. And then if she goes down here, she can have this big luxurious bath, and there's a toilet and a sink she can use. So my first task with this build was kind of deciding what exactly I was going to do with it, what kind of house I was going to make, because I couldn't make it exactly like the toy because of the restrictions in The Sims. Like, for example, you can't do split level homes in The Sims. That would be really cool if you could, but you can't. So I had to figure out what the heck I was going to do. And my first idea was kind of doing this like grand mansion and sticking it on one of the 50 by 40 lots in Del Sol Valley. And then, I kind of thought that would be just a bad idea because I figured, the game is going to lag, because whenever I build these big extravagant builds, the game, it always just suddenly lags. And see, I'm lagging right now in what I'm going to say. That's the problem, and I'm not even going to cut that out because I feel like it adds realism. Like, I'm a real person. I'm not one of these robots that sits there and just says stuff written off of a screen, because I'm just doing this in one go. So without doing a mansion, I decided, you know what, I'm going to do like a tiny home. And that way, it would fit for a tiny home. You would get some benefits to it. But then that way you would get, but it has this like grand hotel-esque kind of feel to it. Like, it's like there's a lot of stuff, the grand stuff in like Get Famous, that I've never used before. And I figured, you know what, this would be the perfect time to use some of it. So I decided to go with that, make it a tiny, like, little home for just, like, a couple or something like that. And so I decided that, at least for the sake of the video, I was going to put, those of you who have been around my channel for a while, you remember Grayson Marshall. I did that Fateful Night video with him a couple months ago, where, Bella was giving him advice, so go check that out if you haven't already. That will be linked at the end, along with the home I did for him and his family. So be sure to check those out. But I decided to put his parents in here, at least for the sake of the video. Because while they may not, live in this kind of a house, I feel like they would live in more like a grand apartment or something like that. I just needed the other option, which was just another, just single sim. It didn't feel right. I felt like this was the right kind of person just for the sake of the video and for the sake of the build. So that's who I put in here. I don't know if they're staying in here. But anyway, next thing I had to figure out was what the heck I was going to do about the little alcove at the top. Because, well, I could put something inside the roof, but then that wouldn't, just fit. It wouldn't look like the toy, but I wanted it to be there. And overall, I did want it to be functional. But at first I figured out it probably couldn't be functional because I probably couldn't fit something in there. that would be, put something above the roof because, again, I had the tile limit and I was basically like 4 tiles under the limit at this point, and I couldn't really do anything. And I also had to figure out where the heck I was going to put a bathroom because I couldn't put it on the second floor of the other thing because then it just wouldn't look like the toy, and again, tile limit. But anyway, I figured it out. I put a ladder from the bathroom to the top of the alcove on the roof. So it is actually functional, and Sims can actually get up there. And I did put like a little purple door because, the floor of the upstairs in the toy, as you saw, was in fact purple. I don't know why they decided to do it that way. It's weird. Like, you will see a lot of the color combinations in this house don't make a lot of sense. That is why. It's because it's, completely kind of based off of a toy, and therefore the color combinations are a little girly, and they're a little like weird, like blue and pink and a little bit of yellow. It's not something I would normally do in this kind of house, but I was basing it off the toy here, so I had to do something that kind of looked like the toy. And then I did have enough tiles at the end to put a little chimney and make it, look like the toy had the chimney. It didn't. There's no light up button, obviously, but it's just there for looks and, to make it look like the original piece and just to make it kind of, I don't know, stand out a little bit. Although I don't know why the roof is in there. The roof is not supposed to be in like little places that were enclosed in rooms. I'm guessing that top part wasn't really enclosed in the room because I guess it's not counting as a tile there. And speaking of tiles, when I tried to put like a fence between the stairs and the rest of the second floor, it kind of told me that I was like running out of tiles, and I'm like, what are you talking about? There's no new tiles added. But if I put a half wall there, it was fine. I don't know why. That was just really kind of weird to me, but whatever. I mean, it works. So another thing that happened when I was testing this build was that, I was testing the kitchen and I was getting some footage actually for the video, and guess what happened? The kitchen set on fire. It just naturally, that's what happens when I'm trying to film for a video here. But anyway, this is the first time I've ever had a fire since the firefighters were added to the game. So I figured, okay, I might as well call the fire department. And guess what Mrs. Marshall does? She pulls out a fire extinguisher right there because, she's like right next to the fire because she was the one cooking. And so I figured it was kind of funny because it figures the 1 minute I want to see the firefighters is the 1 minute the Sim pulls out the fire extinguisher and extinguishes the fire before they show up. So they did actually show up, like right in front of the house. I'm not sure if I got this on camera. I might have, or maybe I didn't. I don't know. Maybe I was just testing the build. But anyway, some things did go up in smoke. There were a lot of things that burned, and I had to clean up, the stuff that burned. And then there was just like a lot of stuff that, that were on the little shelves that you will see in a minute that just wasn't there. So I had to actually go back and look at the video and see what things were actually there in order for me to get the screenshots and the video footage there to make it look accurate. So it may be a little bit different. I am not sure. It may be, different when I put it on the gallery, but that's why, because there was a freaking fire. And so, yeah, that happened. It's just kind of funny because, like, the one time I don't expect it to happen, and it's always when I'm filming or about to film or something like that. That's just the way it works. There's nothing all that much I can do about that. Anyway, as for the living space, I definitely had a choice to make because the living space in the toy was basically it wasn't even a living space, it was like a lobby, like a hotel lobby where when you come in and you check in and stuff like that. So it was just like 2 couches facing each other, and I didn't really have room for that because I needed to put like a dining room table, and I needed to put, I wanted to have this be like a functional house, so I wanted to put a TV and like a coffee table and all the other wonderful stuff there. So I decided to go with that and have the house be a little bit more functional as a house instead of look like a hotel. I mean, I could have it be, the whole hotel vibe, but I didn't really like that for this home. I did want it to be luxurious because it's, it's a tiny grand home and have like, I don't know, like the grand hotel kind of feel to it. But I did want it to still be like a home. So I wanted to have like all the different appliances and stuff to it. So I did opt to put a TV instead of a second couch. I hope you guys don't mind. It makes it a little bit more usable. But if you want to put a second couch in there, you can. This is up on the gallery. My ID is VisitJoan. I'm throwing that out there because I don't think I put that in the outro. But I did, of course, have to make some tweaks to the bedroom as well, because, in the toy, it's designed so that the bedroom is up and on the other side of the living area, and in this area, it's basically on top of, just completely on top of. So I did have to make some changes to that, but I still put the vanity table, I still put the grand bed, and the little, shoe wardrobe. Well, not the shoe thing, but the little wardrobe thing, so all of that. Now, how about we talk about nifty knitting, okay? Well, I am a little bit more excited about this pack since the live stream happened yesterday, and I don't know when you are watching this, I don't know when this is going up, but at the time I am recording this, the live stream was yesterday, and I am a little bit more excited about it because guess what? My Sims can actually knit. I'm so excited about that. I don't know why I'm excited about knitting, and I know what you're all thinking. You're all looking at me like, Joan, what the heck are you talking about? We've known from the beginning that your Sims can knit. But here's the thing, I'm not talking about gameplay, I'm talking about OCD, and, and with my OCD restrictions, my Sims, I didn't know, I basically, ever since the object vote, I didn't think my Sims would be actually able to knit, but now that I know that they can't, I just can't have them knit children's toys. So I actually can play with some of this pack, so it's a little bit more justified in me buying it. I was going to get it anyway because I wanted the clothing that came with it and the objects that came with it and all the other wonderful stuff that came with it. Yeah, but I am a little bit more excited now, like I said. I can't wait to use all the new differently colored pastel items. I can't wait to go through that debug menu and pull out all the knitted stuff and put them in little rooms so that I can have them on hand when I want them. Oh my goodness, it's going to be so amazing. I think this bag is going to turn out okay, even though, and also I can't wait to have a picture. Well, I'm not even going to describe to you guys this picture yet, because it's kind of going to be a surprise when the pack comes, but I'm sorry if you actually heard that. My dad decided that now would be a great time to close the garage door. So yeah, that's what that was. If you did hear that, if you didn't hear it, don't worry about it. I can't control what he does. Also, the update went live today, and when I was loading the update, I saw this thing that said patching files, and I had this incident a couple of days ago where I was moving around the stairs in the apartment, and I had move objects on, and the stairs, it grabbed the door to the apartment and moved it to another wall, and then I deleted it. So now Sims can't get into or out of this apartment, and I don't know how to fix it except with maybe the tool mod. So when I saw this patching files, I thought, oh my goodness, it's going to patch the door, it's going to fix it. And then I went into the apartment and it didn't. So that was a real disappointment. I also thought that for some reason I saw somebody on Twitter saying, look at all this clutter thing from the live stream. I'm like, okay, but there was no new clutter in this update. I don't know why. I really don't know. I don't know where they got that picture from. It looked like it was from the live stream. It looked like it was new clutter. So I don't know what the heck I'm missing here, but I don't know, this update wasn't as hyped up as they made it, except for maybe those saucer lights so they don't have to shrink down. I mean, that's kind of cool, and I'm glad they did that. As for what's going on with me, I did finish a music video that I had been working on for weeks now, because I don't know, I used to like doing all those music videos, and then all of a sudden it just became kind of just a chore, I didn't want to do it anymore, I don't know what the heck is going on. But I really don't know. I mean, my motivation it's been up and down. I mean, it feels good now, but I had, a big lapse in motivation there for a while. I think it was probably because of something I was doing, but I think I figured it out now. It's all good, and it doesn't really seem to be a problem anymore, so thank goodness for that, because that was really a big issue that I was struggling with. So everybody, that's going to be it for this build. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to leave a like and or a comment, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. Anyway, you can follow me on social media. I'm at Instagram at VisitJoan and on Twitter at VisitJoanVideos. And that's going to be it. I'm going to get up out of here. But bye, everybody. I'll see you in the next video.